discuss about the topic of first one electrical and electronics instrumentations. First one of principle and type of analog and digital voltmeter. First of basic of electrical indicating instrumentation is divided into the two types of there are analog instrument, another one digital instrument. Analog instruments are the nothing but the output of deflection of the pointer, which is professional to it is the input. Digital instrumentations are the output of decimal form. Analog ammeter and voltmeters are classes together of there are no fundamental of difference there are operating principle. The action of a all ammeter and voltmeter with an expressions of electrostatic type of instrumentations depend upon deflecting torque produced by of electrical current. In an ammeter, a torque produced by current to be the measure or by the definite fraction of it the voltmeter torque is the produced for current, which is the proportional to the voltage to measure. Thus, all analog and voltmeter and ammeter are initially of current measuring devices. First, First one of the ammeter and multimeters is the connecting to the series connections. The circuit of the current be measured. The power loss of ammeter is the power is R, whereof current of measured in or resistance of ammeter. Therefore, of ammeter should be have the electrical resistance. There are cases. Type of instrumentations. First one of voltmeter and permanent magnet moving coil moving iron. Next one electrodynamic dynamo wattmeter method. First one of explain of first one permanent magnet moving coil instrumentations. The permanent magnet moving coil instrumentation is the most the accurate of type for the DC measurements. The working principle of thus the instruments on same of their the type of galvanometers or the difference of being of the direct reading instrumentation provide to the pointer of the scale. We first one two magnetic of northern southern magnetic for the middle point core is the core of magnetic of the electromagnetic field is induced of rotating for the spindle. This is the moving coil. They consider future of the instrumentations about the term of the silk cover of the copper coil of the moving coil. The coil of the mount of the rectangle aluminum form of the provide the jewel bearing. The coil is mounted of the rectangle and the aluminum form of the product to the field of permanent magnet. Most of the voltmeter coil would be the metal form of the provide of the record electromagnetic damping. The ammeter is coil the an hour of the magnetic because of tan of the effectiveness amplify of the ammeter shunt coil is the before of provide the electromagnetic damping. Magnitude of use of the reality long placement of magnetic of soft iron pole of the placed of value. Instead of length of high field instrumentations are the decision used of the PMC instrument is vary from of 0.1 Weber per meter to 1 Weber per meter. Is first one control when of coil the support of between two jewel bearing or the control torque provided by two phaser or spring up there are also of current current on and coils there are controlled by torque provided by repent suspensions are the method of the laminate to the advantages of the eliminator being the fraction that. Next one is the damping. Damping is the torque provided by movement of the aluminum form moving the magnetic field of the permanent magnet. Pointer and scale. The pointer carried the spin dial on move of the graduate scale. The point of the light weight of the construct of the used of same inexpensive instrumentations of session over the scale. The help of the reduce for the parallax in the reading the scale when of the provide the phaser for the hair spring, the spring of current and the out of the coil method. This is the first one of the torque equations of the deflection torque is that torque of deflections is equal to of NPIDL. Is always constant of G. Is the G of the constant of NPL of D. The spring control provided of the resulting controlling torque T is equal to K of theta. K is the constant level. Is a controlling torque is equal to controlling torque is equal to torque of deflection torque is theta is the G of divided by K of I. Is the current is equal to the K of divided by G is the theta. The deflection directly proportional to the current passing through the meter and get of uniform of scale of the instrumentations. Error in the permanent magnet moving coil instrumentations. The main sources of error moving coil instrumentations are due to weakening of permanent magnet or due to the temperature effect of weakness springing due to again of the temperature affected change of resistance of the moving coil with the temperatures. Is the advantages of first one of permanent magnet moving coil instrumentation scale of uniform, power consumer very low, the torque vector ratio of high accuracy. These disadvantages of first one. Thus the instrumentations useful of only DC the torque reverse of the current reverse. Next one of the instrumentations connected AC pointers cannot follow the rabbit of reverse and deflection corresponds of the mean of torque, which is zero when of the instruments cannot use of AC. Next one point of the most of the instrument is higher than of moving iron on the instrument.